Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to The Mixer. I haven't said that in quite a while, right? It's just been what's the damage lately on this channel. The Mixer is a segment where I can give you guys detailed information about all different kinds of walks of life, you know. We can talk about nature and politics. No, never politics. That's never a good thing to talk about, you know. Religion, that's equally bad. Never talk about religion on YouTube. It's not that at all, but sometimes I'll talk about, I don't know, animals and celebrities and sports and places, this and that, you know, the whole 9 yards. And today's video is actually something that I think is really interesting, and I hope that you guys will stick around until the end because I have a lot of really cool info for you, you know. If you have never heard of this, you know, well, let's just say that the title is not exactly clickbait, okay? Watch until the end and you might discover something new, you know, because today we're going to be talking about the Eiffel Tower in France, you know, but not exactly the tower itself, but something related to it, you know, because I'm pretty sure you guys know all about the Eiffel Tower, you know. Construction actually began, you know, on this construction began on the tower all the way back in 1887. That is a long ass time ago. Holy freaking crap, you know. But of course, the architects knew what they were doing because 2 years later in 1889, the tower was unveiled and everybody could go to it. It was a tourist attraction, you know, and it actually stayed. Fun fact, it actually was the tallest building in the world right up until 1930, you know, which of course was when the Empire State Building was erected in New York City, you know. But the thing is that the Eiffel Tower was made and also named after Gustav Eiffel, who was the guy who designed her, you know. And for so many years, you know, for hundreds of years, it was seen as something so something so unanimous with France and architecture in Europe, you know, just a shining beacon of hope there for the people of the French native soil, you know. And today, man, it has become something so amazing, you know. 20,000 light bulbs light it up at night to make it look amazing, you know. During the day, it's a landmark, you know exactly where you are when you see it. It's almost like the Northern Star, you know. You go to it and keep going in, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, so here's the thing. Now, Gustav Eiffel, who created it, you know, he actually passed away, unfortunately, in 1923, and so because of that, you know, the copyright, you know, for the tower actually stood for another 70 years before running out in 1993, which is when it officially entered the public domain, you know. And anybody can use the tower. They can make replicas of it. There is one in Las Vegas that was made in 1999, you know, so you can go there, take photos of it. You can make and sell sculptures of it, souvenirs, you know. You can do whatever the hell you want. It's in the public domain right now, and it is an amazing piece of architecture, you know. And if you've ever been to France, you know, and you've seen it up close, you know how amazing it is, you know, and it represents such an amazing history, you know, to the people of that country. And also, you know, I would go on to say it's the most popular, you know, tourist attraction in France, and probably one of the most popular ones in all of Europe as well, you know. So the tower really has a lot going for it, you know, and you can go there today and take photos of it, you know, record videos of it near it, you know, showing it, you know, behind you, this and that, you know. You can have a picnic there, you know. It's actually funny because at the very top of it is one of the most, if not the most expensive restaurants in the world, which is maybe a topic for another video, you know. But the point is that the tower is there for the public to use, you know, and do whatever the hell they want. And it's actually really interesting how it works because pretty much everything related to the tower is completely free and legal, you know, but there is something else that I'm going to be covering now, which might just surprise you. But before that, why don't we take a look here at some photos of the Eiffel Tower in the daytime. It's always breathtaking, isn't it, to see the Eiffel Tower, even if it's just in photos. Always a sight to behold. But anyway, so here's the thing. Now, there is a reason why I said that I was going to include only photos in the daytime of the Eiffel Tower, because if I had put one here at night, I might have been in trouble a little bit down the line. And to explain why, you guys need to understand how copyright laws work over there in Europe, okay? France is part of the European Union, right? And in 2001, they put out a copyright directive, you know, and the 5th article in that said that people are allowed to take photos of architectural works in public spaces and use them free of charge, you know? You can post them online and stuff and show your friends and make photo albums, whatever, you know? And you know, most European countries have this directive in force, you know, but France opted out of that because at night, that the light show that they have there represents a separate body of art that is not connected to the tower itself, you know. But that's just it, isn't it? If the tower itself is part of the public domain, which it entered in 1999, why is it that the lights specifically are illegal and they have a different copyright law tied to them? It's because in 1985, this guy named Pierre Badiou, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but the name showed up here, I think. So, you know, he actually created this light show there, you know, I do believe to create his own kind of artistic image there or whatever, you know. So that right there belongs to him, you know. It belongs to that guy. The same way that the copyright belonged to Gustav Eiffel for the tower itself. When he passed away, it became part of the public domain, but that's the tower. You can do whatever the hell you want with photos of the tower, but at night, the light show there represents a specific work of art for this guy named Pierre. When he dies, 70 years later or so, because France, a lot of countries in Europe, you know, pretty much all of them, they have this law where after an artist dies, all of their work will enter the public domain 70 years after their passing, you know. So only when Pierre dies, I don't even know if he's still alive, but only when he dies 7 years later, we can take photos of the tower at night with no repercussions, you know. But that's just it, right? 7 million people visit the Eiffel Tower every year, you know, from all across the globe. So there are definitely some of them who take photos of it at night, you know. They're breaking the law without knowing or even by knowing it. So basically, what is the French government going to do? Well, that's just it, isn't it? Because 7 million people visit the tower every year, but across all of the history here that this ever since 85, when this became a thing, it has been estimated that about 25 million photographers have gone there and taken photos of it at night. So imagine how much work it's going to be for the French embassy to track down each and every single one of these photographers and hit them with a cease and desist letter, you know. And if they don't answer, they're gonna have to sue them, you know. It's gonna just take so much time and money. So they are, if you take a photo of the Eiffel Tower at night and post it on Instagram or something, you can rest assured that the French government is not going to come down on you. They're not going to track you down and, you know, arrest you. However, if, for example, you are a YouTuber and you do a video showing photos of the tower at night and your video is monetized and you make money with that video, or you take a photo of it and sell it for prints for somebody else, if you use a photo of the Eiffel Tower at night and use it for profit, you know, in any form, shape, or manner, then you're gonna land in hot water. Because then they will track you down and they will sue your ass, and it's not going to be cheap, you know. That is the specific context in which you can actually lose a lot of money by doing this, you know, because it's copyright infringement, man, you know. And now occasionally you can take a photo of the tower at night with the lights on for your own personal use. I don't know, use it as a wallpaper for your computer or gloat with your friends. Maybe post it on Facebook where half a dozen people will see it, you know. You're okay, you're still in the clear. But if you use that for profit, then you're screwed, you know. Like, I don't know, you start selling t-shirts with the photo of the tower at night or something, you know, or selling any kind of merchandise showing that photo there. If you, or maybe posting it in a magazine, you know, if you make money with it, then you have to watch yourself. Now, before I continue, the wind is back, isn't it? My God. Before I continue, let's take a look at something else here related to this. Maybe more photos, not at night, but maybe a little video showing this. I don't know, anything here before we transition. Now, the organization that manages the Eiffel Tower is called the Société d'Exploitation de la Tour Eiffel. I don't know if I said that correctly, but I don't care. It's on screen right now, okay? I don't speak French, all right? I actually hate French. And they actually have this thing where they own the copyright, right? However, owning a copyright is not the same as enforcing a copyright, you know? They are choosing to not persecute all of these people who are going around posting the photos because it's just not worth their time, energy, and money, you know? But if it is in their best interest and they see a high profile public figure making money off of this, you know, then they will indeed go after them and sue them, you know, because that's how it is, man, you know. Whenever you use something that's not yours without the permission of the owner, you can get sued, and usually it ends very badly for the person who did it, you know, because you're stealing an intellectual property that does not belong to you, you know. So the thing is that, I mean, there is a way for you to bypass it, you know, because like try to imagine if this organization actually took the time to seek out every single person who took a photo of the tower at night, found out their addresses, sent them letters and waited for them to respond, you know, it would just be crazy. However, they're pretty much like the cost of the lawsuits wouldn't gain them any ground, and it would actually just be more of a headache than anything, you know, would probably create more problems than it would solve, you know. However, you know, now the thing is that they don't really seem to be keen on making the prohibition very prominent, and if you are a photographer and you want to use that photo for commercial purposes, you know, you can actually seek out and contact the Société, you know, the society, and you can actually ask for their permission to use their work of art, you know. But I imagine that would include all of or a large part of the profits going to them, you know. It's kind of like how YouTube works with monetization, you know. You can monetize a video using something that's copyrighted, but all of the money will go straight to the copyright owner, you know. That's how it works. So if you do something without their permission, you know, you can't actually bypass this on YouTube because YouTube is gonna flag the video anyway. You can't like monetize a video and not like, you can't like not give credit to the creator, you know. But still, this is a little different, and there are a few other things that I wanted to say here, you know. A recent review of the Eiffel Tower's website doesn't even have any warnings against publishing these photos, so if it wasn't for videos like this informing the mass public, you guys probably wouldn't even know, you know. And what else can I say? The views are rights free, this and that. Okay, well, I don't really, okay, so here we go. There is also an appropriate licensing fee that you would have to pay, so maybe you can even use the photos and make money, but there will be a fee that you have to pay to the actual organization to use the photo at night, you know. And it does make sense, man. I mean, I get that illegality is a thing, you know, but because of freedom of panorama, which is that thing that I said before about photographers being able to photograph whatever the hell they want, you know, it's still kind of weird because, you know, it's ever since October of 2016, it says here, you know, there have been limited freedom of panorama works, you know, but that's just, you know, France has limited them a lot. I know it is a very popular tourist attraction, a place, so I don't know what else I can say, guys. There are other landmarks in Europe that are under similar laws, you know, but I thought this one was the most interesting one and I wanted to include it here in my channel, you know. I actually have to get going, you know. I might have to end this short because my battery is running low, so maybe I don't even know if I can even make it to the outro, you know. I'm kind of like grasping at straws here, seeing what else I can say, but nope. I had 3 different articles open here and I have pretty much read for you guys everything that's on them, you know. So I thought this was interesting. I thought it was cool to include in the video, so hopefully you guys like it, you know. And if you did, if you discovered something new, you didn't know this was a thing, please go ahead and give it a like and also subscribe to my channel because I release videos every single day. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell too so you can know exactly what time I upload, eh? Hopefully I'm not too far from the camera here. I had to get a little bit further away, but maybe not too much, you know. And if you ever go to France and you find yourself wanting to photograph the Eiffel Tower at night, think twice, okay? Because you might be hit with a fine that is going to be much more costly than your trip to France in the first place, okay? Just be careful, guys, okay? Copyright laws exist for a reason, all right? Try to put yourself in a position, you create something and somebody copyrights it and you don't make any money off of it. It's kind of unfair, you know? It sucks. And let's squeeze out the last bit of juice from my battery here. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in my next video. In the next video. Yeah, something like that. Roll the outro screen. Bonjour. No, that's hi. I don't know.